Kelly Dean Allen here. Today I'm going to show you how to play that, the lovely finger-picked opening and the rest of the track to Given to Fly by Pearl Jam from their album Yield. We are in Dad-Gad tuning, a tuning I have not used a whole heck of a lot. So you need to take your standard tune guitar, drop your low E string down to D, down a full step, your high E string down to D as well, so like double drop D tuning, but you also have to take your B string, tune it down a full step to A. Right, so you got D, A, D, G, A, D. Dad-Gad. So then, we're dealing with octaves here because our A string and our B string are both tuned to A. So on the 10s, on the 9s, on the 7s, and on the 5s, right? So we're starting here on the 10s. We have our ring finger planted on the 10 of the B string. We're going to start with a hammer on from open A onto the 10. And then go open G, B string, back to G, right? Then we're going to drop our index down here on the 9, ride up the E, B, and G string and back to the B, right? And that's the opening. And then we're into that. So we're going to drop off to the 7 here of the A, slide it into 9, catch the open G, B string, and then the open G again. Drop onto the octaves on the 7s, back them off to the 5s. And then open G, B string. And that's pretty much the riff. We're going to repeat it with a little variation the second time. The second time you play through this riff progression, we're going to skip the 7s, right? Backing it up to 5. We're just going to go right from the 9s, right to the 5s. And then open G, B string, open E. Right? And then we drop into this. So we're making a little bar here with our index on the 7s of the G, B, and the high E. Catch the 7 of the high E along with the open D, and then catch the B string. And then catch that B string again on the 7 along with the open D. Pretty much every second note you're going to hit here, you're going to grab the open D with it. And then drop onto the 9 of the B. And then repeat. And then catch that 7 of the G that you're holding in the bar on the upstroke before starting again. Right? And you're going to repeat that 4 times at the beginning of this track. Once at the very beginning of the track, all by itself, and maybe a little light drums or something, and then 3 more times during the first verse, or the first half of the first verse. And right in the middle of the first verse, we're going to hang in this for 4 repeats. Right? It's getting, the band is coming in at this point, the other guitar is joining. Get a little more aggressive, get your pick out at this point, which is kind of hiding in your fingers, right? And then we're into this. We're just holding that same chord, right? 10 of the A string, open D, open G, 10 of the B, and 9 of the high E. And then we're bouncing off the 10 of the high E. 4 times. Into this, back into the bar on the 7s, and then dropping onto the 9 of the B, right? And you repeat that twice, and then back into this chord again. 4 times. and then we're into the chorus. So one finger power chords. We're going to start with a C power chord here at the 10th fret. Slide out of it, right? Back into it. Then you're going to back it up to a B power chord, off to an A power chord at the 7th fret, and then off to a G power chord at the 5th fret. Drop off to that G, you're going to hammer on to the 7 of the D, strum it a few times, and then back off again. Kind of like that, and then repeat. And then we're into the second verse. Second verse, same as the first. I think it's about half as long, right? Before we get back into that again. So then we're into another chorus at that point, and after that chorus we just continue this, right? Until the end of the track. It just keeps repeating. And then Mike McCready does this little lead line, right? It's not really a lead line, more like a little melody line that he's playing. And he just continues repeating that. There's an overdub right there on the 5, 7, 9 of the G. But this little lead line, or melody line if you like, here using the same notes from this, right? On the 9 of the high E and the 10 of the B, off to the 8, back to the 10. And then another quick little hammer on from 8 to 10. Back to the 9, 10 from the E to the B, right? Going to drop on to the 10 of the high E, back off to the 9. And then a little pull off from 12 while you're still holding this, right? From the 12 off to the 10. And that just continues a number of times, maybe 8 to 10 times, right? And one time he does this little variation. Right? Into 14 of the high E. Off to 12, off to 10, back to 12 again, right? And then 10 off to 8, back on to 10. And then right at the end, he's going to grab that 12 of the G, slide it back to 7, and then off to 2, and then off to open. Open D, open G, hammer onto the 2 of the G, back off to open D, open G. Does that a couple of times, right? And that's it. That is how you play Given to Fly by Pearl Jam. Certainly hope you enjoyed that, found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind and helpful to my channel. Hope you're well out there in your little guitar corner of the world, wherever that may find you, and we will see you next time. Cheers.